Ooh.
all sort of just chilling and enjoying a little soak as the cold of the night comes in and the stars open above you. The lights dim from the building, and enjoy the full canopy of stars engulfing the dark canvas above you. And as you gaze up and sort of with your finger connects the points, forming little figurines and the great constellations, your mind wanders to a different time, back in time, to the beginning of your adventure. The city of Daromar, the capital of Tatir.
Ah.
Nearby from the east, floating down the river, and the dwarfs, your new dwarf friends, the two sons of the White Buckle family, wave you goodbye as you are heading on. You are here to explore the city and then head on towards your final destination. Well, not your final destination, but the first destination of your journey, Kalimsham, from where you should get on a boat and travel north. But that is far beyond the horizon, so you have much to do. You need a way of heading further to the west. Perhaps horses. Perhaps you could join a caravan. But there's not much need for you. The roads towards Memnon are fairly safe. And horses are not cheap to come by. But as Daromar is a great merchant city, there are many caravans heading towards the desert trading ports. So there's sure you will find someone. Of course, before you would head out for some shopping. Balrind meets an excellent blacksmith and has some more ideas about his strange gun contraption. The boys, who are not yet behind bars,
but soon to be.
soon to be behind bars, are wandering the city, planning some shopping.
Mm-hmm. You see, I don't actually remember what all happened with you two. With you guys to get you behind bars in the first place.
We are getting there. Because to put our last member of the group in context, it is Emma, who decides to leave the boys behind and go for a little wander in the parks.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have?
Especially because, like, I hear thing.
I still have Doromar, the map. We can actually go to the map for a little bit of reminder.
Can't seem to get the bloody. Ooh. Can't seem to get the map to, or the not the map, the browser window to get detected today for some reason.
Huh.
Hmm.
Odd.
No, on the streaming software, that's it.
Are you? What kind of capture are you using?
OBS.
What source? Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it should work, right?
You turn off hardware acceleration if it's on. It'll typically do the trick.
Yes.
I don't want to.
While the boys are doing a little bit of shopping session, Emma wanders into the garden of Rinda. Here, as she enjoys the pleasant day in the park, suddenly she stumbles upon something. She stumbles upon two guards dead. And as she follows this odd occurrence, she spots a man. A man approaching a young woman, just enjoying her time on the pond's edge, with a knife in a man's hand. Of course, Emma could not resist. She jumps into action. Ready to fight, ready to save that woman.
Well, yeah, it's the right thing to do.
After a bloody struggle, Emma is pierced through the chest, but the would-be assassin lies at her feet, dead.
As I fall down. You know.
Fate the woman is holding her head in her lap and shouting for aid. See if anyone can hear her and save this savior that she just got. Now then, after the boys have settled into a little tavern and Emma has not returned, they set out to find their missing companion. With only as well
This time. I'm looking at Adrift excitedly.
with all that they know that Emma has headed to the park, they do the same. And they find the park teeming with life even at this late hour. Its guards rustling through bushes, walking in large numbers, scouting and searching. Instead of, asking questions or turning back, they decide they must get in.
Yes, there's so many rocks to look at. They're so interesting.
That seems to work for a while until they are unfortunately discovered. When they are found and detained, they came up with the perfect answer.
My god.
They told the captain who was interrogating them that they were part of the Geologist Society of Waterdeep and they were simply doing a geological survey of that park. Unfortunately, without proper documentation, the captain was unconvinced.
The captain remains an ignorant fool. Does not understand the work of the Geological Society of Waterdeep. Our brothers gave our lives for that cause.
And yet you have not made any kind of research in that park.
We didn't find anything. That's. We're not very good at finding things, but we still must do the work.
Hey, you're saying that like we weren't inhibited in the middle of our studies. Like that's really not on us.
Exactly.
We were on the verge of a discovery that could have changed humanity.
Yeah, maybe save some of our brethren from their dangerous journey, but no.
We were stopped by an overreaching guard.
What I forget to mention is this was the city where Adrisht was contacted. Adrisht, this was the time that you recall when you first received a message from the Forgotten Queen
Yeah,
and
there's a bridge
forged a
or something was done.
contract with her. A written contract signed with your magic. For she grants you great power
Well,
and asks for your aid.
some power. It's not. Let's chill with the great power.
Hey, she gives you Eldritch Blast. To be that's your most used spell in this campaign. Come on. What would you be without her?
Just a fireball machine.
A loser.
No.
Can you imagine relying on Mind Sliver? Ugh.
Uh,
Ugh.
Firebolt. You could cast Firebolt every turn, Adrish.
it's not even that bad.
One bad word on Forgotten Queen. The contract is void. You have no longer have Eldritch Blast. That's the end of Adrish's like storyline. She loses Eldritch Blast, and for now he's useless.
That's the last thing he needed to lose.
Yeah. The orb takes away Eldritch Blast. Now you're
Actually
entirely
useless.
dependent on the orb. So,
Uh,
the boys are behind bars, locked up, and Emma wakes up in a castle. For she learns that the person she saved, who she risked her life for, was no other than the princess to the Queen of Tatir, her young daughter. And now Emma is recovering in the castle under the watchful eye of no other than the steward and chamberlain Gisbertus.
Gisbertus is fucking amazing.
While Siriana, the young the young princess, is fawning over her for saving her. Thanks to Emma's request for his friend's release, Gisbertus works his magic. And the boys behind bars are released. But before that, Finn is interrogated. Commander Callus reveals that he knows someone Finn is most interested in. He is an old friend of Doregado, the halfling hero. Finn heard great many legends about. Once the boys behind bars are properly dressed, they are taken to the palace. They have an audience with the queen, who expresses her thanks to all of them, but of course especially to Emma for saving her daughter, and offers to aid the young adventurers on their journey. In a private audience, Emma hears about the dangers that the young princess faces, and more odd rumors from the Sword Coast. Meanwhile, Dorian meets up with the king, this studious man who tells him in great detail about the Beholder Wars. This ancient battle against this sort of nest of beholders led by the queen and the ancient kings of Daramar. The Eye Tyrant War, sorry. And how it was the ancient relic of this kingdom, this shield, that could repel the beholder's eye powers completely and protect its wearer from their gaze. A great feast is held, and Adrisht delivers the leftovers to the poor. Belrins creates a more devastating ammunition for his weapon. And Adrisht learns about odd gems from his homeland. Once Emma sufficiently recovered from her quite serious injury, the queen prepares for the group's departure. She uses an item, a gift from an old friend, a lestriel for herself, a medallion that gathers the rising sun's beams and creates a fiery chariot that carry them across the sky towards their next stop, Miratma.
That was fun.
That was
Where
very
did you head in
fun.
Miratma?
Can we stay in this fancy world a little bit longer?
Sorry?
Uh,
Look,
can,
sorry?
can we stay in this fantasy world a little bit longer?
Why?
Because I don't want to go back to reality.
Oh, sorry. We'll get there in a
Oh!
moment. No, I was just about
Hooray
to
for
end it,
maladaptive daydreaming.
So, you fly across the sky in this blazing chariot, Adrisht and Finn casually swapping and riding together, enjoying this odd magical way of travel. You land close by to the city, and you're set upon these horrid, magic-consuming beasts. But you manage to drive them off back into their underground lair. And you head to Miratma to meet your next contact. An important woman of the city to whom the queen sent you to, the countess. For she is a good friend of hers and knows that with the letter she entrusts to you, she will be able to help you on your dangerous journey across the Kalimsham desert. The stars shine bright above you. The dark sky stretched to the horizon, and the warm winds of the night blow past you, sending these memories away. Now, let's get back to our reality.
Oh no!
So, Gonny, would you mind doing a little recap of what just happened?
Okay. Oh, alright. Long story short, we managed to sneak into the city with the Church of the One. We made it to the ancient ruins at the heart of the city where we were able to uncover the surviving citizens that had escaped the hordes of. These are demons, right? Or are they devils?
Uh,
Sorry, I missed the last one bit.
I said, are these demons or devils?
They're all devils.
Devils, right? Yeah, this horde of devils that have been unleashed upon the city by the cult. We try and we realize that the enemy has uncovered our entrance and have blocked our initial escape route. So we have to try and make it as quickly as we can to the south gate to free everyone. So we're in the process of booking it and trying to escape. And eventually we begin to be chased by this horde, this army of devils led by one Darius Bloodmane. As we're trying to make our escape, we're eventually trapped and cornered by these devils. We're also joined by Bane and his band of remaining Red Brands who help us fight our way towards the gates, but things are looking dire. We're being squeezed on all sides, and it seems hopeless. There doesn't seem to be any way out. And in this moment, Bane makes a decision. He looks at us and says, "We need to save as many people as possible." And wanders into the heart of the fray to face Darius Bloodmane. As Bane is off fighting Bloodmane and trying to buy us more time to escape, the rest of us realize that we need to save as many people. We've already lost too many, and some of us push ourselves to levels, to limits beyond anything that we have ever achieved before. All of us except Doran. All of which eventually culminates in the transformation of Vave.
That's just because Dorian has already achieved greater things that he was ever capable of.
That's true. He's basically a dragon now. Yes. It culminates in the transformation of Vave into this gigantic, hulking beast, and through his efforts and the combined efforts of the rest of us, we're able to carve out a path out of the city and lead the remaining citizens out. However, we notice as we look back that our friend is in dire trouble. Bane is at his wit's end against Darius Bloodmane. He's fighting valiantly, but is eventually struck down. And we hear that vile, resounding laugh as we make our exit with our tails between our legs.
Oh, but not only that, but Adrisht had a let's-ditch effort, isn't he? He tried to go and save Bane from that gruesome fate. Or perhaps die with him. And yet he couldn't. Isn't that right, Adrisht?
Wait, I thought that never happened.
Hmm?
That didn't happen, no? Because the shadow stopped me or something?
Exactly. He dragged you away, preventing you from jumping into the into your own death.
Well, it was risky. It wasn't sudden death.
It was pretty certain.
I've gotten out of worse.
No, the shadow got you out of worse.
Shadow isn't a real thing if I don't exist. But same thing.
So, the gate collapses behind you. One of the tower tips and crumbles down onto the remains of the stampeded devils that you broke through. The shape of Wave shifts and breaks as he sort of stumbles forward, returning to his still imposing but much smaller form. Thin, as if the air is let out of you, your form shifts back to your regular size, and you feel as if as if you're encased in lead, barely able to move. Adrish, you're still engulfed in shadows, floating above the crowd. Chase them on, and so do the clerics of the One. You're out. You're beyond the barrier, but you're not out of, well, throwing range. And they do come. Spears, rocks, bricks, parts of buildings fly over the war in your direction. The citizens scream and they run. They run for their lives. And so do you. Leaving the city behind, getting as far away as possible, heading towards the camp. The camp of the Red Bands and the church is established outside the range of the city. When you reach the edge, cheers go up. People are crying tears of joy. Not just the citizens who've made it out, but those who are welcoming them. So many have been saved. Hundreds of people are joining together, hugging tight, crying, with smiles on their faces. They lived. They survived that hell. And they can start again. They can get as far away from that accursed city as they can. They might not have anything right now, but they are alive. And they can leave the nightmares behind. What do you guys do?
Am I on the ground now?
Sorry? Yeah,
Am I
yeah,
on
you
the-
can, you can land when you want.
I come into land. I couldn't save him. I tried. I don't know what happened. Anyway. We should take stock.
Did that really happen?
Yeah.
I think it did.
It was strange. I felt so strong. And yet it felt like it wasn't even me. What happened to you when you were 40 feet tall?
More like
I-
20, you know. Let's not get out of proportion there.
Yo, I love how like we're distraught and then Higgs just like so happy.
Yeah.
Uh, I, I don't know. I, I really don't know. I don't know where it came from. I just, I, we just had to get out, and I thought at least the best I could do was to maybe create a bridge or some sort of opening with my larger frame. And as I was thinking about getting bigger, it kept welling up and welling up. But
And
I thought we'd all be able to make out. I he'll be fine, right? He's always fine.
yeah. He's always fine. And you can see Emma just like holding back tears. Or trying to. They are not being held back. But she's trying.
He knew what he was getting into.
He did.
I'm gonna pull Finn in for a hug. It's okay.
And
I give it just a hug.
yeah,
And
as
Hmm?
Adrish hugs you, he is cold to the touch. Stone cold. He doesn't look any different than usual. Although, you know, you get used to how he is. All pale and withered and wizen. That's just his age. That's just the magic that he uses, right? And yet now it feels different. He looks and feels different. There's a harshness in his eyes, a dark shadow on in his features. It's clear that he is trying to be reassuring to you, but for some reason you don't quite feel that warmth that Hawk seems to provide, that wants to provide. Something is missing.
I stay in the hug for a second, and I gently push her just away, and I said, I'll be fine. We have people to take care of. Let's see how we can support. They need us right now."
That they do.
As you look over, you see that the clerics and the red bands are all gathering for the survivors. Food, blankets, fresh clothes, tents, whatever they have is shared and handed out. These people have been hiding away in Illusk for who knows how long, surviving on practically nothing. They're golfing down the little scraps as soon as they get a hold of it. And the clerics are using their magics to create more food, more drinks. It doesn't necessarily feel like a feast, a celebration, but still, you do see smiles. Those people who lived are feeling safe again. The clerics who are reassuring them are smiling at them. And the red bands are helping out, patting some people on the back, handing out food, setting them down in the camp in a prepared area to set up tents. Out of this celebration, a man approaches you. His brown hooded cloak-like clothes torn, a large, somewhat bloody rip in his side and on his arm.
You okay?
The symbol of the one bent in half in the middle of his chest. Barian comes close to you with a dark expression on his face. A deadly encounter, my friends. Many saved, but too many lost.
What the hell happened back there? How did they find out about the exit plan?
I don't know. Could be our bad luck, could be the machination of the cult, could be many worse things.
I don't know if we should worry about that now. We need to look out for them. It's done and stuff. How can we help, Brother Barry?
I've talked with some of Bane's lieutenants. They are sending people over to the other the exit of the tunnel. See if any of the people who are waiting for arrival lived. Or see if they have closed off the tunnel to, well, to kill as many as they can. We should know that by nightfall, but for now there are greater tasks. We cannot
How
keep
is
these
this-
people here.
How is this barrier staying up?
He sort of glances towards the city. The great red barrier glowing ominously. And you can see flying demons sort of skirting the edge in the air. And you can see this sort of dark mass in the shade of the wall where the gate was broken down. You can't quite make them out from this distance. But you see like sort of a great massive devil sort of swarming at that opening. The barrier is still up, they cannot leave, but they are there, watching with glee and hunger. We can only hope that with the victims, well, the sacrifices removed, it will diminish. Although I fear that those who have perished have further fueled the ritual.
What is the ritual for? We still know next to nothing.
We can only hope that the barrier will stand And once the ritual collapses, so will the barrier, dragging those filthy fiends back to their hellish lair.
What if the barrier breaks and loses them into the world?
I do not know. Is there a force in this world that could withstand the army of the Nine Hells? Perhaps. But I don't know. I don't know, to be
Well,
honest.
I'm about to join now. I was
Lord
joining, then I thought
Heinsvalk.
you were calling here for an outlet.
Me and my brethren will stand vigilant. Try to hold them back as long as possible. But I also know that as long as the danger does not loom over the great cities of the north, they will not make any move.
Waterdeep already fell once.
And did the
Silver
other
Moon.
cities come to their aid? Did they rise up to take back the jewel of the north? I was there. I was there when the city fell. I was looking after the refugees piling out into the cold night with nothing but their clothes on their back.
Lord Blackstaff has returned to Waterdeep. I'm sure the city will be reclaimed in time.
Yes, that is good news. Blackstaff is a good man, a powerful man. A rare combination, isn't it? But I fear with how much the city suffered, they won't have the power to send it against the forces of evil unless they're in imminent danger of them coming forth.
Did you have any plans for what you were going to do after this? The city is not in a position where we can reclaim it. Can't be kept outside waiting for these walls to die down. And I think
What's the plan to move the refugees as well?
our last avenue into the city just collapsed.
Me and my brethren, we are devising a second barrier. One to keep the devils contained even if that barrier would fall. Although containing such a large city is, well, feels nigh impossible. Especially in these odd, unreliable times with magic. Yet that seems like the only possibility. But that is for another day.
How many clerics do you have here with you?
With those we have lost today, I have 100 disciples in the camp. 30 of them blessed by the one's magic. I would say maybe 10 who are, well, capable of greater miracles.
Would that be enough to erect this barrier you speak of?
No, I will have to bring more. The greatest of our faith must gather here to contain this. I will have to leave the city behind for now. I will accompany these refugees. We are to head to Miratma. We've already...
Miratma? Did you say Miratma?
Yeah.
Isn't Miratma like
Jeez.
super far south?
Did I say the... wait, give me a moment. I might have been mixing up the villages. No, I think that's a different city. Give me one moment. I'm checking my maps.
What are you talking about? The one close by on
Yeah,
a hill or
I
something?
was actually talking about Mirabar, not Miratma.
Yeah.
Like, Miratma is like a long way away.
Yeah, I was like,
It's been
what?
a long journey. We've been back, guys, in like 8 months. We are setting up a church in Miratma, so if you guys can handle in the meanwhile.
Bruh.
Alright.
The good people of Miratma already accepted many refugees from Luskan.
How long
These
did it take them to reach Miratma? Isn't it an awful far distance away?
It will be a treacherous journey, but thankfully we can simply follow the river.
let's
The trade roads. There's plenty of trade roads. The trade route is well traveled. There are still troops on the northern side of the city. The protectors of Miratmar. Mirabar.
Jeez.
What was it last week that I fucking mixed up constantly? Oh, it was Brother Barian.
Brother Halrian?
No, Balrin and
Brother Barry? Brother
yeah,
Belrin?
but
Brother Garion?
Brother Carrion, yeah.
Brother B.
But we can cross the river further north, and perhaps request. Well, we will request carts and carriages. I'm sure we can transfer the weakest and frailest and reach Mirabar safely.
And I
But
believe this is where our ways part.
yes, I think so too. Great heroes, Aegis. But please enjoy the
I'm
little
heroes.
hospitality we can offer tonight. We're heading out tomorrow morn. Perhaps we can stay together till we reach the first crossing to the north. If I understand, you are heading to that direction.
Yes, the Penthouse
That
need our help, apparently.
is, is that okay with you guys? I think that would probably be
Yeah,
beneficial for us.
I agree.
Thank you, Brother Barion. We'd love to accept your offer.
Hey, where is our teleport circle in Laskan?
So you don't know.
But
Basically,
can we reasonably assume that it's in the host tower of the Arcane?
maybe what you know is on the scroll that Harkle showed you. It basically was stated that it is dangerous to use this teleportation circle.
Hmm. I mean, the host tower of Arcane would be a dangerous place to go to. Those
Yeah.
people are not nice.
Yeah, but it is a magic school, so it is a magic school of power that many wizards go to learn.
Yeah.
It's just the Arcane Brotherhood is a quite ambitious and ruthless wizard society. Like
Yeah,
they are the
they're
kind.
like in 200 years we'll be the Red Wizards of Thay.
Not really, because they don't have that much influence, but they would definitely want to
Yeah,
be the Red
in 200
Wizards.
in 200 years. That's what I said. In 200 years.
Well, not now, because the fucking host are turned into a peeled banana, but
Oh man,
If
Arcane
if
Brotherhood can't catch a break.
if they weren't fucked by the the whatever happened,
Maybe.
yeah, could be 200 years, bad things, but I don't think we need to worry about the Arcane Brotherhood much now.
I was thinking, like, in case we need a way back into the city at some point.
That is a way in.
Yeah. Not a good way out, though.
Now,
Were
the
we
thing
able
is,
to discern anything else about the ritual itself? Like, it was just trying to overlap that, like,